All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim, Mashah, Bashim, Akar, Hakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Peace, salutation to brothers doing this work of sincerity and truth. The hopeful elector brothers waiting every day, praying for Yahweh Bashim, Mashah to return so we can get out this place. Peace, salutation to you, brothers. We're going to get into an exhortation. Just about, it's a lesson about just brothers. I mean, not even brothers, just Israel is Israel just, what they call that, has Stockholm syndrome. You know, the 2/3 of Israel are full of Stockholm baited, man. I mean, field, man. They don't care. They think America is the greatest place on earth. The slavery, everything does not even exist in their mind. How about Shimon Shai? Told, I mean, constantly is being told. That's it's being told in the scriptures about, about how he's going to free us. But it's a severe case, and it's not going to be a long, drawn out. It's not going to be longer drawn out for the scriptures, but Israel is full of Stockholm syndrome. That's you can see by how they apply themselves even around the time of Yahweh shot, man. They wasn't getting on their knees and praying that they can be released. They was just trying to sit in their leads, to be settled, to be part of the society, to be granted benefits. Israel love their benefits, man. But they trust in the military. They trust that nothing's gonna happen to this place. That's how they do. They don't trust in the Lord. So I'm just getting to a scripture. Let me just start. I'm starting at 1. This is Isaiah 30:1. It says, "Woe unto the rebellious children. That saith the Lord that take counsel, but not of me." Why? They take counsel of everybody else. News anchors, they're preachers that say America is a great place. It says the counsel not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit. Right? Because they got the spirit of the so-called white man. It says they may add sin to sin. So they good and revel in their sin. They're rebellious, a rebellious house, that walked to go down to Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth. They not coming at the prophets and saying, "What shall we do?" They going after with that do it thy will spirit, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. They rather strengthen themselves than the president of what he might say, down to what was told of them. To trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. So the strength. So while you strengthen yourself in Pharaoh, I say the strength of Pharaoh should be your shame. Why? Because all that Yahweh Shemel Shai has told you, you haven't even considered, what's gonna really happen to him. You see the stock market about to crash. You see the world economy is falling apart. You see thousands of stores are being closed, but you still think that you're gonna have a grateful time. A great time in America. You're gonna get make money, grow old, and die, and then you're gonna be with the Lord. But it's gonna be punishments before that, man. You strengthening yourself and not going after the Lord, not considering what Yahweh Shemel Shai has been saying. You can be considering how you feel, how what the world says, what you haven't seen. A lot of you niggas is rebellious, man. It says they strengthen themselves into this with the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And they not trusting in Yahweh Shemel Shai. They're trusting in the shadow of Egypt. All right? The word shadow goes in the word is tazal, okay? I mean the shade. So it's basically symbolic. It says in the defense. So they don't worry about it. They think America is gonna be A-okay if any war come about. They're the big bad force. Okay. It says, it says, therefore, 3, it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, because you're gonna be confused when you're gonna see all type of nations on this land, man, actually take control of America's infrastructure. When you see foreign troops over here, you're gonna be confused, right? Okay. See, go to verse 31. It says, verse 31. You know what? Before that, let's go to Exodus. Let's go to Exodus. I think it's 14 and 11. Exodus 14 and 11. And they said unto Moses, there were no graves in Egypt, so they're being sarcastic when Mashai, Moses took them out of Egypt. It says they were pissed because now they got to run. They're running away from Pharaoh, and now they like, wasn't no crazy. You could have sent us in being niggas. Hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Because they had to go into the wilderness also. It says, therefore, hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? So you carried us forth out of Egypt to kill us? Verse 12, is not this word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? And that's what's going on now. Let us alone. When we do what we on the highways and byways, they don't really want to hear it. No, they want to tell you what your grandma said. Your grandma who was the evangelist, or your grandfather who was a preacher, or your mama told you. Oh, you hear from some alternative news or something of that nature. The Egyptians, for it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we die in the wilderness. So these niggas, they were niggas. Not recognizing that Yahweh Shemashah took them out of that oppression. They want to stay down. That's why the scriptures say at the beginning. It says, oh, that's right. Okay, that's why it's Shalakia. And then Moses had to ease their spirit. It said, Moses said unto the people, fear ye not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, and he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And that's what the whole thing boils down to. Israel murmurs so much, their ears are clogged, their minds are not clear, they're blinded, man, by the ways of this world. They fight themselves instead of asking for help for the Lord. They ask for Egypt. Okay, let's go up to Isaiah again. All right, so this is like a big case of Stockholm syndrome. Israel got, they're Stockholm Central. Because you don't see no other nation doing that, man. If you do, you have spurts. But all the other people in the other nations, they hate America. Only the Israelites only the 2/3 of Israel love this place, man. Verse, this Isaiah 31 and 1, it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, to stay on horses, and trust. That's a big word. They trust in chariots because there are many. Because you see the American military force has all these superb future weapons and things of that nature, or just have not been touched. They don't see nothing going on in America but so-called prosperity, which is actually not true. But that's what they do. They look at America as the place of things unlimited, because you can go on the internet and you can make money, or you can do a side job, or you can have a job. You can have a so-called regular job. But this shouldn't be our rest, man. Okay, he said trust the church because they are many, and then horsemen because they are very strong. Because you see, this military is strong because no one's basically invaded, you know. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, which is the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah. You know, like Moses told him, he said, "Look, the Most High will fight for you, man." And that's what we gotta understand. Lord Yahweh Shem Shah is fight for me. Don't trust in this place. And you know, anybody that's first time listening, the place, this America is gonna fall. You know. The only one Israel needs to seek the Lord. He says, yet he also was wise and will bring evil and will not call back his word. So Yahweh by Shema Shah said his word is never void. Scripture says it will not go out void, man, but will arise against the house of the evildoer and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now, this is what Israel got to realize, man, because Yahweh Shah is going to come on that chariot and to come to destroy this place flat in the whole Dragonian system, which America has a grip on everything, man. And this is what came out of Great Britain, but Great Britain's part of it and all the 10 horns, man. All right? It says now, the Egyptians are men and not God. So they're not a power. You know, they are men. But hey, our people look at the so-called white man as a god, you know, because you haven't seen him come down yet. You haven't seen America come down there. They worried about Trump and shit. Trump is a puppet. They say, and their horse is flesh. Here, their tanks could be destroyed, man, you know, and not spirit. You know, and the Lord shall stretch out his hand. Oh, their power is it, because their power is nothing, man. And it's the spirit of the Lord, and not spirit. And the Lord shall stretch out his hand. Both he that help shall fall, and he that is hopping shall fall down. Yep, anybody that help them, and they shall all fall together. So anybody that come together with this man, military, even if you're in his military force, it's going to be a lot of dead Israelites. It's going to be a lot of dead people, you know. Birds going to have a feast in that thing, man. Okay? For thus saith the Lord, spoken unto me, like as a lion and a young lion roaring on his prey, between the multitudes of the shepherds, is called forth against him. I will not be afraid, because he's like a lion. And the shepherd between the trying to find a fight against the lions, which is the so-called white man. Like he's protecting the shepherd. He the shepherd protecting his sheep. He said, "Be not afraid," and the voice of Noah abase himself for noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill of Zion. You know, it says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over it, he will preserve it. So we got to trust in Yahweh Shem Shah as birds flying, meaning those are the chariots. So the defense is going to come from Yahweh Shem Shah, from the beautiful, this force that's beyond forces, man. You know, it's going to come in his air force, you know, and not even just his air force, his spiritual force, man. So, man, hey, the 2/3 of Israel got Stockholm Syndrome. They trust in Egypt. But the Lord's going to fight for us, man. And he's going to fight for the elect, you know. The whole of Israel is going to benefit off of this, you know. So, with that, I want to give all praise to y'all about Shema Shah. Peace, citation, shalom.